Hey everyone, happy Thursday. Tomorrow our close reading is due, so I'm vlogging today in order to give myself enough time to finish. Overall my week has been okay, I would say. I'm definitely feeling the pressure of deadlines and the ending of the semester. I actually have 3 separate research projects that are due this semester, and they all require an extensive amount of reading and annotated bibliographies. So I'm definitely feeling the pressure there. I'm kind of struggling to find a balance between each project and making sure that I give enough time to each. So that's where I am right now in the semester. This week in class, I felt that we had really good 2 days of discussion. On Monday, we had our close reading presentations, and then on Wednesday, we started reading the novel The Gathering, and it's actually my favorite novel so far. I know we're not that far into it, but I'm really excited to finish the rest. I'm really, the whole point of the novel, which is the secret that Veronica is keeping from us, is really interesting to me, and I'm excited to see how that plays out and how all the characters contribute to that secret. And other than that, what I learned most this week is regarding to the close reading presentation. Once again, my presentation and how fast I talk was brought to attention, which I know, and I'm still struggling to work on this. I've never been good in front of an audience. I've been like this my whole life. No matter how much I practice or how much I prepare, I always feel the same amount of nervousness. So that's something I will continue to work on throughout my academic career and professional life. It was brought to my attention that the slides that I constructed were too long, and I know I broke the 6-word rule for PowerPoint slides. I added too much text, and it was brought to my attention that they didn't really want to bother to read the slide. But really, that wasn't the purpose of why I put that text on the slides. I was the one presenting, and I was the one that was going to read that amount. I didn't expect my audience to. I just kind of wanted to put a visual up in case they misheard something that I said, or if I was speaking too fast, they could kind of look up real quickly and follow along and say, oh, that's what she said, and kind of move on. So I really didn't expect you guys to read the whole thing. I was the one reading the whole thing. So, but next time I definitely will include less words. I definitely have to learn to trust myself and have confidence in my ability to present and in my information. So I definitely will probably next time use note cards or a note sheet instead of just reading off the board and having no eye contact. So as for my research project, I think it's going along nicely. This week I read an article by Kendra Hamilton, and it's titled The Strange Career of Uncle Tom on the 150th anniversary of the publication of Uncle Tom's Cabin. Scholars reflect on the legacy of the groundbreaking novel and its author, Harriet Beecher Stowe. So this article was actually really intriguing, and it was actually really interesting to see how it was going to contribute to my overall project as a whole. The article was basically about how the title of the book, the first 2 words, is a derogatory term, which is something I didn't know. So this is something really, I think it would be really beneficial to my project. It's talking about how back then this term wasn't considered something negative. It wasn't a derogatory term, but how because people have published works based off of Stowe's novel, now it is something negative and it is a derogatory term, and how now people wouldn't want to be called that. So I found that really interesting, and I just liked how the amount of time that has passed has how we can see how time has changed the meaning of the word. And it's also talking about how Stowe didn't have the rights to her novel. I mean, she had the rights to the individual novel, but because she didn't have other rights, people could take her novel, translate it, and turn it into plays and productions and works of theatrical presentations. So because of that, critics are saying that these plays were a negative aspect of her novel, these plays completely took away from the main point of her novel, which was abolishing slavery and human rights and decency, and they took it and kind of made it into some like big theatrical presentation with big scenes and settings and characters and like music and songs, which completely defeats the purpose of what she's trying to say. They're saying that these plays were kind of like an I'm sorry, America's way of saying I'm sorry, but without actually accepting responsibility and actually acknowledging the fact that they committed, heinous crimes against slaves. So once again, it was their way back then of what we do today as a culture, which is not accepting what we did, saying it's in the past, it wasn't our ancestors, So it was interesting to see how culture back then is still the same as today. Nothing has changed. We have not grown as a society. We're still the same people who do whatever we want and then don't acknowledge it, or we may say sorry, but we're not actually accepting responsibility. So that was like the main critique of the plays that were created about the novel, is that they completely did not support Harriet Beecher Stowe's point of view or what she was trying to, tell readers, and that was to abolish slavery. I guess it was really disappointing because these plays really weren't even about slavery. They were more about entertaining audiences, which was sad because her book is such an inspiration and such a groundbreaking novel. So I'm a little over time, so I guess I'm going to stop here. I hope everyone has a great weekend, and I will see you guys on Monday.